Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and WrestleMania season is here, and I am going match by match, feud by feud in the card, trying to discuss it as we're getting these matches made. Obviously, this match has been around for a little bit. It was the Royal Rumble winner, Charlotte Flair, against Tiffany Stratton. I think just right off the bat, I believe this was a match they put together as being honestly, I like the idea of this match when it was kind of being discussed and kind of thinking about it. But I feel like the WWE saw it as Charlotte being the babyface and Tiffany being the heel, because Tiffany was the heel. She just cashed in on Nia. She was already being a heel with Nia. Nothing had changed by her cashing in to make her a babyface. She didn't do anything. She took advantage of Bianca taking out Nia Jax and getting the championship. So I think she was a heel. And I think that very first promo after Charlotte Flair won, where she's in the crowd, I believe they were in Cleveland, could be wrong about that, where she started talking and they just booed her. She was being so sincere, being like, I'm just happy that I was able to make it back. I didn't know if I would be able to heal this time and come out here and do what I was going to do. And I think that really threw off the paradigm of this whole feud, because I feel like they had it that set in stone that it was like a babyface Charlotte and Tiffany going after her, and then they had to adjust it. And I think that's why this feud only really started to heat up way more recently, especially with this promo of what's behind me. Also, having these two beautiful blondes with me just makes me feel like I'm playing like Marvel Rivals, because like everybody's blonde in that and gorgeous and stuff. So that was my little side tangent here, but I feel like this was one of those things where a lot of people didn't like Charlotte Flair winning the Royal Rumble. I honestly was kind of in the same boat. I wanted Charlotte versus Tiffany, but I wanted her to win the Elimination Chamber. Honestly, it's really semantics at that point. I think we ended up getting it correct either way. It didn't really matter. But we got what we got, and I feel like this feud's one of those weird ones that, like, in all shapes and forms, Tiffany should not lose this. This should be an easy Tiffany win. I don't know if it's gonna be. I honestly think with John Cena approaching the record that they might have Charlotte Flair pretty close to beating both of them. So she's the one that has the all-time record of titles. I think that's kind of what they're going to go for, and this would be an easier title reign to grab. But I feel like the way that Tiffany's had it between the cash in and now, she really hasn't had the title for that long, or really has made a statement with it. So I think this is her statement. If she wins it here, and even if she loses it at like Backlash, the very next event, even if it's to Charlotte, I think that would be almost like a better idea, because Tiffany needs a big win here. She's only kind of struggled with the belt. She's struggled to get like the mic work down. And then this promo itself is where she's finally win ahead of Charlotte, because Charlotte just quit this. She got absolutely annihilated by the crowd, and she felt genuinely frustrated. And then obviously they got very catty with actually talking about, like, Tiffany talking about all her divorces, and Tiff and Charlotte Flair talking about Ludwig sliding into her DMs. And I like how, like, everybody was like collectively like, this is one of the rare cases where nobody actually believes that the man's cheating, because yeah, it's Tiffany Stratton. So I yeah. And it felt so like just a catty thing to do. And again, that might be part of their story. It definitely feels like it's very raw. That they're just kind of going at it because Tiffany got embarrassed on their last face-to-face thing, because it felt like Charlotte definitely talks down to her. And there's a lot in there. I can't quite tell like how much of it is just character work and how much is just actual Charlotte Flair like taking the piss out of Tiffany Stratton. But man, it's been a little bit overboard with that type of stuff. I don't mind it to a certain extent, but I feel like with some of these feuds, we don't need that as much when we have just two strong characters that can just kind of go at it. Which, again, like I said, I feel like their whole dynamic got thrown off by, I think they were supposed to be the opposites. I think it was supposed to be heel and face, but I think they were supposed to be the opposite of what they are currently right now. So I think that definitely affected a lot of it. But Overall, I would give this feud. I think it's like a B. I definitely think it's the worst of the two main events, or not main events, but major women's feuds on here. I feel like almost the Jade and Naomi is a better story than this too. I feel like they definitely do hate each other, but it feels more of like catty BS than an actual like wrestling rivalry. And I feel like they could. This is definitely something to revisit. I think Tiffany should win here, and this should be a revisit within the next couple months after this to really solidify Tiffany as a champion and Charlotte Flair trying to get back into being the queen. I feel like there definitely should be something there. I think that's how at least I would do it, like kind of like a fallen queen type of storyline that she loses here, and then nothing goes right after this to eventually her getting some type of opportunity, maybe even like winning Queen of the Ring and getting that shot at like SummerSlam against Tiffany again. And if they're gonna pull the trigger, something like that would be a lot better. Again, that's just future booking that has nothing to do with anything right now because a million things can change between that. But I give this overall a B. The match I think is going to be okay. I feel like it's going to be a little rough on the wrestling thing. I still feel like Charlotte Flair's not 100% the way that she moves around and stuff. That knee does not seem to be in a good spot compared to the rest of her. Again, we still got 2 more weeks, so that there's a lot that she could have to, just a little bit of extra time could bring a lot to it. I think Tiffany's been good, but I think this limelight and like the spotlight on her has definitely made her, feel a little bit more raw and been messed up a little bit more. But I do still think this is going to be a solid match, and I'm really excited to see it. So tell me what you guys think. How do you guys rate this feud? Are you excited to see it? Who do you think is going to win? But yeah, I've been doing these for all the other feuds, so check them out on this channel. I'll probably make a little playlist of WrestleMania 41 stuff so we can all see what's going on with WrestleMania 41 because I feel like this is going to be a really crazy WrestleMania. And until next time, this has been Japan. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys.